Hello, my loves. How are you? Oh my gosh, we're back in the office, as it were. How you been? Welcome to See Like Sheba. I am your host, Sheba, and you're here to see like me. So let's get into it. Um, I am on day full day two of being on leave from my soon to be old job. And um, yeah, tomorrow we're going to be tubing on the river, going on the lazy river on a river tube. Um, and we're doing that. And so I got some sandwiches at this place, Cafe Dear Leon. Um, Dear Leon. Um, and it's like a really small place that has like a bake schedule, so you have to like get there like, you know, 20 minutes at least before like they like put out a schedule of like when they're going to have certain things out. And so like there's always like a line outside of the place, and like they only let six people in at a time. So anyway, since my job for right now and hopefully forever is to just enjoy myself and select the things that I like, uh I yeah took a lift out and stood in line for about 20 minutes, and I got us some. They have this tamago sandwich. It's like that, like kind of Japanese style, like egg salad. In my head, it's Japanese style. I feel like Japanese people might be like, "What?" But uh, got two of those. They have this like essentially like a mozzarella and pesto sandwich on focaccia, and then this like salmon sandwich. And yeah, so got that. And yeah, then came back, had coffee and pastries, and then I took a bath. And like I've been crying a lot today. Like I had like a really amazing morning, and then yeah, like in the tub, and then like a couple times like this evening. um I'm on day 17 of my like menstrual cycle, total. So I just googled it, and it's the luteal phase. And so that's like when people can get like some PMS symptoms. um and that's what I feel right now, I guess. Like I like literally was like listening to a video on YouTube, and just like the sound of the woman's voice like made me cry, you know? So that's interesting. 333 on my timer. Love that. So yeah, Billy's fixing us some dinner right now. It's like an interesting time because um you know, I've decided to quit my job, and so I'm trying to like visualize and embody, this next phase. And it's very different than what, we've been taught to, like how we've been taught to do it. And like, the logical, reasonable, the like smart way to do it is to, like give yourself 6 months, have a plan, apply to all these jobs, do all this stuff, and like have this kind of. And I've always been this way, but like now I'm really, being intentional about doing this. Um, I'm I trust my intuition. I'm good at like knowing whether or not something is the right choice for me. Even if I haven't done like a pros and cons list and asked all my friends and like asked my parents what they think, and researched on, like, I already know what I want to do. And so I don't like, of course I love to research too. And so I'm, if I want to do it, I'm going to look it up and I'm going to like do all the, assessment. But like once I want to do it, so it is. Like, so it shall be. Um, and yeah, we're taught to like not trust our intuition. We're actually taught to be really disembodied and, part of, I mean, like your intuition is like literally just like this bodily knowing um, that defies kind of logic or transcends logic. Maybe not defies, it transcends it. Like logic is too, you know, um, simple, like a child, like, needs like a little, recipe, but intuition is just, you just know. And it's been like so helpful to, have developed and to continue to like be intentional about developing my own trust in my own intuition, especially in the past like year and a half, when like if you've seen, it just seems to me like everyone in like the mainstream media and our Hollywood, our politicians, our bosses, um everyone who's like been at the top of these like hierarchies is wanting us to like believe them when they say like this is how it goes, so we have to like do it this way, we have to, and this is what we did back then, and so this is what we have to do again. And like I just know like the definition of stupidity is doing the same thing over and over and expecting different results. And yeah, like I'm just like not liking the results, which seem to be like it's like logical or common wisdom to like not talk about Israel or the Zionists or like white men, like and or white people, and like how violent they're being and how inappropriate they're being and how we're all just kind of being expected to like be polite because it's in some like handbook or something, or like this is how we've done it. Like sorry guys, like you really have to like go with your intuition on this. So like I might have been looking crazy around October of 2023, but now I know I'm looking increasingly sane, increasingly sound. And yeah, like the reason I was able to resist the groupthink of, do you condemn Hamas? Like, like, does Israel have the right to exist? Is because I'm in touch with my intuition and I trust it and I trust myself. And like, I just spent so much of my life not trusting myself and like gaslighting myself and being like, no, you couldn't know, Shiva. Like the other people, like the older people, like the group, the more people, they know more than you do. And when I look back, when I give myself the space to like contemplate and look back, which I do, yeah, I see like so many of the times where I felt the worst or I was like, oh, why did I do this, is when I went against what I wanted to do because I abdicated my authority to someone else. I didn't trust my intuition. And yeah, that was what I did when I was a child, when I was unawakened, when I was uninitiated. And now I know the whole game is trusting your intuition, is learning to develop a trust in your own intuition. And like, that's actually why I've gotten so far in this game, is because I'm so good at trusting my intuition, even though other people are like, what? No, what, like, when has this ever, worked? Or like, that's not how you do things, or like, it's never going to work. Like, it's almost, I've been like wanting to develop more trust in my intuition because like this, career change, job change, purpose change, is very intuition led. And, it defies the logic, but like, there's a logic to the current Holocaust that's going on. There was a logic to, slavery and, the alligator Auschwitz they've got, and all the things are logic. Like, that's, I think, the thing that humans like. That's why the bad guys want us like stuck in our mind, and they want us to like, oh yeah, because we can rationalize anything, and so you don't want to rely on your ability to rationalize because you will be able to do it. So you have to rely on your ability to feel, your ability to have an inner knowing that's not burdened, not shackled by logic. It's not limited by logic. And yeah, you just have to like know that that's the right thing, because like using logic, relying on logic will keep you stuck in relationships that don't serve you. Relying on logic will keep you stuck in jobs, in environments, in living situations that don't serve you. Logic will keep you, logic is going to make you do a lot of things that you'll wish you had listened to your intuition on. You'll look back and be like, I knew something was off, but I gaslit myself. I was like, no, someone else would have said something, or this is how we do it, or someone's got to do it, and so I just went along with it. And like, no, babe, you got to trust your intuition more than ever now. You see with AI or ChatGPT or Hasbara, our ability to logic is like why we can just justify doing whatever we want. And so you really have to be grounded in a trust in your own intuition so that you're not swayed by other people's logic. And that can be difficult because people will demand that you give them logic. They're like, source, when has it ever worked? Give me an example of when what you want to do has worked. Let me know who told you, what authority gave you the information you're trying to peddle right now. And some of us just be knowing, babe. Some of us are oracles. Some of us are prophets. Some of us are seers. Some of us have a unexplainable connection to the unseen that provides us with ancient wisdom that is true, even though I'm not able to fully articulate it. I'm not able to fully articulate why. It just is. And yeah, like, especially if you're a woman, they do not want us to think your intuition is a valid source of discernment, when they really spend our entire lives overriding our natural discernment, our natural ability to like determine whether or not something is right or wrong. We're just taught to, oh, your sensors are going off, it's wrong, stop crying. Stop. It's annoying. Stop it. Keep it to yourself. When like, no, it's like trying to tell us something, and we've just been taught to like, nope, your feelings are the wrong thing. Logic, it makes sense. Come on, be nice. Be just yeah. Yeah. So I feel like, where have my tears been coming from? I think so many things. I'm at this place where I want to like learn to trust my intuition even more. And so I'm like, the universe is like giving me initiations on like, are you going to trust this external source, or are you going to trust your intuition? That's tough. That's tough. And it's also tough, like, that, like, I can know that like I have to trust my intuition and that my intuition is correct. And that my job is not to convince other people that my intuition is correct. My job is to know. My job is to follow my intuition. And if they're smart, they'll get on board. If they're smart, they won't ask questions. They'll be like, you know what? I don't know how that bitch be knowing, but she be knowing. But it's not my job to go and make sure people know where I'm at and like what I'm up to, what I'm doing. Like, nope. It's my job to know myself. Mm. It's my job to like be still and be quiet and get to know what my intuition sounds like, what it feels like for me, so that I can recognize it, so that I don't like brush it off as, just like an annoying something that like I shouldn't listen to. Not like a superpower I have, a strength that I have that is like trying to help me. And so I just have to trust that my intuition is here to help me. And so it is safe to trust it. It's safe to trust her. She's the safest one to trust. And like I also help myself trust my intuition. It's like related to my inner child somehow, because like a lot of times like my intuition is like what my inner child, my younger self would have needed. And so like if it's like, I'm expected to be at some family function and I don't want to be around people who are there. When I was a child, I had no choice. I, was just dragged around, pulled and pushed to wherever my parents wanted me to be, and so I, kind of didn't have a choice but to abandon myself in favor of what someone else wanted for me. But now that I'm an adult, I'm responsible for parenting and looking out for my inner child. And if now as an adult, I'm invited to a thing and I don't want to hang out around the people, I teach my inner child that I am not safe. I'm not a safe steward of my vessel if I act as my parents did and make me hang out with someone I don't want to hang out with. My job isn't to be polite and reasonable and, not a bother and to be agreeable. My job is to fiercely protect little sheeps and current sheeps and future sheeps. And that comes with trusting my intuition. And every time I say no to someone that's trying to drain my energy, say no to someone who my intuition tells me is not it, every time I listen to that and I trust my intuition, even if it disappoints other people, even if I can't articulate the specific reasons why in a satisfactory way to someone else, every time I listen to my intuition, I feel relief. I feel like I like see my like little self just being like just feeling so loved, just feeling so cared for and considered. And I'm really glad that I get to give myself those experiences now. And I feel really sad for the like vast majority of us who continue to deny ourselves the safety that we craved in childhood. Oof. I feel sad for the people who continue to deny themselves their voice. I bet they wish someone would have spoken up for them when they were a kid. Now is their chance to. And they're too afraid. And And it's tough because it's only going to make you trust you less. It's only going to make you feel less safe alone with you. Like, I think we have a world that's filled with people who don't feel safe with themselves, who have been taught to like override their own intuition. And, you know, that's why we have so many people who are probably going to get drafted. That's why we have, you know, so many people who are just like begrudgingly going to jobs that they hate. So we have so many people who are taking much less than they deserve, much less than they're worth. So sad. But yeah, and also like, oh my gosh, what the Israelis are doing is like literally the most horrific thing we've ever seen. And it's like, oh my gosh. Like, and so yeah, for me, I'm like, okay, like I have to leave my job and completely change how I've been operating in this world. I really have to step into my purpose and cut off anything that is keeping me from that. And yeah, I need to make myself light and sharp and agile or whatever. Because yeah, like I'm sorry, I'm supposed to just like distract myself with other stuff as the Israelis like destroy the planet. No. I think absolutely the Matrix, the colonizers, whatever, they want us fractured. They want our energy siphoned in multiple different places. They want us always looking, never able to pour into one thing. Man, you know that phrase, that saying, you don't want to put all your eggs in one basket. What if the colonizers told us that so that we spread ourselves thin? We put our eggs in a bunch of different baskets. Wouldn't it make sense though if we put all of our eggs in one basket? Wouldn't it make more sense if we were targeted? If we were concentrated, potent, focused? But I think we're taught to give half-ass efforts to multiple, things and not focus on the things that are really important. So anyway, I'm excited and continue to be so proud of myself for giving myself the space to just ponder and slow down and not rush and not know, and to just be and reflect and observe and see. Like Sheba. Okay, well, I'm going to go. I love you. Bring your forehead up to the screen. I love you. All of this is made up. So better trust your intuition. All right. Well, love you guys. I'll see you soon. How'd you like it starting on my face? I bet that was a fun treat for you. Okay. I love you. I'll see ya. Fuck Israel. Death to the IOF. Free Palestine. See ya.